feel great. Like I said, this year's team, we're a lot more one, we're a lot closer. So us going out there and communicating and just having energy on one accord has really just helped a lot of us. Us being here for that whole year, watching film and understanding, Coach White's defense has allowed us to slow the game down and process what's going on for us to work on one accord.
Obviously, you were able to make some plays as a freshman out there. Do you see any of these young guys, early enrollees, that might be able to have a key role on the team like you?
All of them. I ain't seen one freshman that just disappointed me where I wondered how he got here. All of them, I see substantial potential, whether it's corners with speed and hip turn or D-line that's bigger than me already. Whatever it is, I see potential in all of them.
Obviously, the team isn't returning a bunch of stats and a bunch of sacks on the defense coming into the year, but why can you guys, get a lot of pressures this year and get a lot of sacks despite not having maybe the most experience?
Just because we really want it, and like from this year and last year being one, it's just like your brother is where you expect him to be. Which I know if I rush high, my tackle is gonna be in that B gap for the step up pressure. So us just all coming back to being under one accord, knowing where each other's gonna be at, knowing what we should be doing, it just helped.
You guys go.
Do you feel more like a veteran now?
Not really a vet. I just know I have more experience. It's for the incoming freshmen, so I wouldn't look at myself as a veteran. I still look at myself as a young guy, but I do see them in some situations I've been in where I'm able to give them the advice that I was given, or just being able to help them to be there. But I'm not walking around like I'm the vet.
In those terms, though, what's the biggest difference in the feeling, say, when you first stepped out there last year, getting to being out there now?
Coming in from high school, I just played defensive end, so I was just pass rushing. So now I'm learning the true aspect of being a linebacker, dropping, communication, coverage, and seeing what's in front of you, slowing the game down. So that's really it.
It's a lot of responsibility on that spot, isn't it?
It's slowed down, so it's it's not a lot easier, but it's easier, more understandable, processing it easier.
Do you like dropping back and into coverage?
I like rushing more often, but for the sake of the team, I do whatever it takes.
Stephen, when Coach White was up there, he mentioned that you just don't really know if a guy can get a quarterback to the ground until you go through these one-on-one pass rushing drills, and obviously you're really good at that. What is the key to being a good pass rusher and getting the quarterback to the ground?
I would say get off, just having a good get off and going. Some people, I see them mess up because they're thinking about their pass rush too much, or they're thinking about what they're going to be doing. I tell people all the time, but trust yourself. If you're at this school, this college, playing football with us, you're not here for no reason. So stick to what you know and stay true to yourself and do what you know you can do.
How do you know when you've got a guy on his heels and you can make that inside move? How do you know you can pull it off? Because that's break and contain going inside is a risky move.
It is. I say you would just know, like, you'll probably be 3-4 yards upfield and you're almost he's way behind you, like he just overly kicked and the inside would just be wide open. Like you get a feel for it. It's not something you would mess up doing that, like expecting him to be out, but if you're planning to go in and he's not there, you would mess up your rush. I tell people all the time, you're not gonna let nobody just put their hands in your face and punch you. So if you get to the top of the rush and you feel him there, the natural instinct could be to go another way, which is what usually happens majority of the time.
What's it like trying to rush against Big Pete?
Big Pete, he's good. So I say it's kind of fun, not just knowing I'm finna whip his behind, knowing I have some challenges ahead of me. So I say it's pretty fun.
Stephen, in that regard, it's like that's the biggest thing you notice is that maybe in high school you could just get by a guy in athletic ability, and now you actually have to incorporate more moves.
Yes, sir. Yeah, high school it was a little easier, but now really having to work hands and skills, and like I said, everything as far as your feet position making a difference on this of a sack or TFL is something I kind of like, because now I'm sharpening my game, being more prepared for any situation.
So we saw you in that kind of specialized role last year. You're doing a lot of twists and stuff like that. So what do you need to add to your game this offseason to be more of a every
Down.
Yeah.
Just like I said, learning the system a lot better to understand our fits on run downs or where we should be or what the line is doing. Just like us coming all together and being one. I'm learning first and second down plays a lot better, being able to play first and second down, putting weight on, things like that.
Was there kind of a welcome to the SEC type moment for you last year where you said, "Wow, this is different than"?
I say maybe on kickoff. I started on kickoff, so I was running down, and usually I just run down there, run somebody over, but. Cuz kind of stood there, held me up for a second, so I was like, okay, I can't just run over everybody. Now I gotta, figure out something to do. That was it, really.
Appreciate it. Because he's an old dude who played a lot of football at that position.
Zion Z, my man, he helped me with a lot of stuff. Like I still go to his house to this day, working on film, watching the film. Cause he played the medium spot last year, and he played it very well. So this year, I'm just kind of piggybacking off him, and show what I can do.
What's your biggest kind of objective this spring that you kind of like? I need to do this to make sure I'm ready.
Consistently stay in the film room, work on my coverages, my man coverages. I feel like I can work on that a little bit more, and consistently doing everything to get better and better each day.
Who's the guy that you're kind of go to battle with, that you spar with in the receiver room?
Kendrick Law for sure.
What does he do well?
He kind of short and stocky, and he kind of fast, so it's you gotta run with him in the man coverage definitely.
Is that wide body type? Is that rare for?
For a slot, definitely real for a slot. And he got gifted for sure, so good player for sure.
What's the biggest difference you feel from when you came in to now?
Last year, I was just trying to get the feel of it because high school was way different from college. So freshman year I was just getting the feel of it, but this year they're throwing me out there, giving me some reps. So I feel like this year I'm gonna more stand out.
A lot more confident,
Yes,
when
sir.
this spring started.
Definitely more confident in myself, yes sir.
Most guys who signed to play in the SEC are confident guys anyway.
Yes, sir.
Like you mentioned, even the most confident guy coming from high school to this is a whole different.
Yes sir, definitely. It's a whole different ball game when you come to college, especially SEC at that. So I feel like confidence for me is getting higher and higher each day, stacking days, and being a better player each day.
I missed it when you were talking to Nick. Are you working primarily in at the nickel?
Oh, yeah, definitely nickel. I'm playing nickel and medium, so between those two, they like the same position, but between those two, that's what I'm playing.
Why does that fit you well?
I'm a kind of big guy. Look, I ain't gonna brag, but I'm kind of a big guy, so I can fit the box a little well, and I can play man coverage well. I'm an aggressive guy, so I can make plays at that spot.
You like playing close to the line of scrimmage and being involved with the.
Yes, sir. It's a very versatile position to play, so I like that.
What do you see out of the defense that the common person would look and say, "Wow, that looks different than what we've seen in the past"?
Last year, we, as everybody knows, we have a versatile defense. Coach White been getting us right, and I feel like people they're gonna be in for a shock this year.
In what way?
As in, last year we didn't have we had an okay season, but this year I feel like we're gonna bring a shock and a waiver season.
I'm wondering what you've seen from practicing against the offense in the first year to now. Coach Hamden's back for a second year. Are you seeing any kind of new wrinkles or different things from those guys?
So we have a lot of transfers that came in, so we're getting the feel of those guys, but them guys looking good right now, so I feel like the offense is coming together, the defense coming together, everything with me.
Thank you.
I want to play, I want to come in fast, but I know God gave me a tough battle to deal with. I found out who I was, during that process, and I'm happy to be here now.
What part of your game do you think you need to elevate during the spring practice and make sure you are ready to give it 100 once fall starts?
Mainly what I've just been working on is being real good in the treatment room, good in the field room. That's the main thing for me. I got everything on the field. I feel like I just got to get better in my mind in the field, mind off the field.
Coach talked a little bit about eye discipline. What's that like for a cornerback?
It's big for it because we, watching the receiver every play, we can't dictate where the ball going. So we have our eyes on the receiver, every play we got to be locked in, because you never know if they're going left or right. So it's very big for us.
Who are you kind of sparring with out there when y'all are doing one-on-ones? Who you got the most competition with?
Me and Fred been going at it on this whole spring. We've been having a good battle, so I say Fred.
Is it tough playing this defense as a corner when, I know some defenses it might be like, all right, there's your guy, go guard him, lock him up. But here, you have to know a lot to be able to play this kind of zone defense.
It's very different here. Sometimes we going zone man, so it's very different for us. But like I said, if you studying the film, be locked in, I think you'll be good here.
You guys have lost a lot of familiar faces on the defensive side of the ball. Who would you say are kind of stepping up to be the leaders of the D right now?
I think everybody coming into their own shell, but the main guys, Ty B, got Jordan Lovers, JQ Hardaways, and them guys, who all play last year, who all play in big games the whole season. I say that them two guys are taking a big leadership role for us.
Do you feel like having kind of another season under your belt that you're kind of in a position to be one of those guys?
Yes, sir. That's the goal for me. Like I said, I got to just keep working. I got to take day by day and the rest of the career. So
You were after a minute ago just about this kind of defense, maybe how different it. Had you played anything like this, or when you got here was this completely new?
It was completely new. I played at Michigan my freshman year. It was some things. It wasn't all the way similar, but I knew some pros and cons. But it's kind of it's not, I want to say the same, because everybody got their different terminologies. But I say it's kind of similar. But it's more here I had to learn for sure.
This is year 2 for the offense with Coach Hamden over there. Are you seeing anything different or improved about it in the daily matchups with those guys?
One thing I will say, they all working together. They all trying to get on that page. I can't really speak on that because I don't really know. I'm on defense. I'm like I could tell you they're definitely giving us run for their money this spring. We definitely competing.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.